The principal's words cut deep as she slid the suspension notice across the desk, her expression a mix of disappointment and conviction. 3 days, effective immediately, she said, her voice firm but laced with a hint of uncertainty. I felt my heart sink, my mind racing with the thought of my daughter, Emma, being accused of something she didn't do. The teacher, Mrs. Johnson, stood beside the principal, her arms crossed, a look of self-righteousness on her face. We have the security footage, and it clearly shows Emma near the backpacks when the money went missing, she said, her tone dripping with accusation. But I knew my daughter, and I knew she wouldn't steal. She's always been a kind and honest kid, never taking anything that didn't belong to her. I asked to see the security footage, but the principal refused, citing that it was clear enough for them. I felt a surge of frustration and anger, knowing that they were jumping to conclusions without giving Emma a chance to defend herself. As I left the school with Emma, I could see the tears welling up in her eyes. She was devastated, and I was determined to clear her name. I asked her to tell me what happened, and she explained that she had gone to get her water bottle from her backpack when another girl, Madison, started screaming that her money was gone. The teacher had immediately searched Emma's backpack, but found nothing. Still, they assumed she had hidden the money somewhere else. I spent the evening researching my rights as a parent, and what I found shocked me. The school had violated several policies by refusing to show me evidence and not allowing Emma to present her side properly. I knew I had to take action, so I called a lawyer friend who specialized in education law. She was appalled by how the school had handled everything, and she agreed to meet with me and the school administration. The next morning, I arrived at the school with my lawyer, and we demanded to see the security footage. The principal and Mrs. Johnson were hesitant, but eventually, they relented. The footage showed Emma walking near the backpacks, but it didn't show her taking anything. In fact, it showed another student, a boy with a backpack, lingering around the area. I felt a sense of vindication, knowing that the school had jumped to conclusions without looking at all the evidence. The principal and Mrs. Johnson looked at each other, their faces flushed with embarrassment. We apologize for the mistake, the principal said, her voice barely above a whisper. Emma's suspension will be lifted, and we will make sure to handle situations like this more fairly in the future. I felt a sense of relief wash over me, knowing that my daughter's name had been cleared. As we left the school, Emma turned to me and smiled. Thanks, Mom, she said, her eyes shining with tears. I hugged her tight, feeling a sense of pride and gratitude. I had fought for my daughter, and I had won. But more importantly, I had learned a valuable lesson about standing up for what's right, even when it's difficult. And I knew that I would always be there to defend my daughter, no matter what challenges lay ahead. The experience had been difficult, but it had also taught me the importance of advocating for myself and my child. I realized that as a parent, it's not just about protecting my child, but also about teaching them to stand up for themselves. And I knew that Emma would carry this lesson with her for the rest of her life, a reminder that she deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. As we walked home, hand in hand, I felt a sense of peace and closure, knowing that we had faced a difficult situation and had come out stronger on the other side.